The opinions voiced on the Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting, or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills. Now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck Fauci. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it, and they call him racist. We the people. Let's go, Brandon. We the people.
And it is The Raw. I'm your hostess with Moses, Miss Misty Ann Hansen. Of course, we have Henry the Long Break right over there, who is guarding the sacred phone number, 928-476-0331. Everything's plugged in, everything's turned on, and we are ready to roll. It is Tuesday night. Welcome! How the hell are you doing,
and
Henry?
I'm not translate.
I hate to say this, but you went back in the closet.
That's right. That's right. I'm back in this corner in here,
Back
in the
back
closet.
Back in the closet.
In the closet.
Yeah. Which will soon be a closet. Which will soon be an actual closet.
Actually, there is a closet here already. So I can go in there once in a while if I want to.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Anyway, welcome to the program. Check out theraw.locals.com. Of course, we're broadcasting live right now.
We are.
On Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Rumble. Rumble! Let's get ready to rumble!
That's right.
Yeah. Anyhow, been an interesting week. Tonight's theme is fuck around and find out.
Uh-huh.
People are starting to learn.
While they're catching on.
They don't have to put up with this shit anymore.
Yes. Yeah. And if you don't believe that, look all over Facebook and all over other social media. It says, I will not comply.
That's just a small tiny,
piece.
insignificant little part of it.
But significant.
Insignificant.
Yes, insignificant, but significant.
I won't comply makes it insignificant.
Okay.
That's all right.
It's your story.
Anyway,
you tell it anywhere you want.
Fucking around and finding out.
Yes.
Just 2 years ago, 13 men and women were killed in Afghanistan.
Yep.
Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover, Staff Sergeant Nicole G, Staff Sergeant Johnny Pichardo, Staff Sergeant Ryan Canis, Corporal Deegan Page, Corporal Humberto Sanchez, Corporal Hunter Lopez, Corpsman Maxon Sabic, Lance Corporal Kareem Nicoli, Lance Corporal Dylan Marola, Lance Corporal Jared Schmidt, Lance Corporal David Espinoza, Lance Corporal Riley McCollum. "13 men and women who signed up to serve their nation, found themselves in the asshole of the world, Afghanistan, and then found themselves serving under a chicken shit piece of shit lovingly known here as the potato.
And now you're putting it lightly. He's a way worse than that.
They lost their lives under the cowardly withdrawal from Kabul, Afghanistan, where plans were already put in place by former President Trump for an orderly withdrawal, which would have evacuated American citizens, evacuated allies, Would the country have gone back to the Taliban? Probably eventually. But in order to just do something, that cowardly piece of shit said, pack up and go. And they did. These were just the military casualties.
Yes.
We will never know the civilian casualties.
Nope.
We will never know their names. We will never know how many. We will never know the pain and the suffering. Oh, and what did he do? Then he turned around and rocketed a bus full of children. Just days later. That showed a lot of hoops, a lot of guts. Oh, we just had bad intelligence. You're going to hear from a man who is lost his son in Afghanistan that day. And his words ain't pleasant.
Not a single general slapped down their stars, which should have happened 2 years ago when Biden.
Pardon me.
Not a single general slapped down their stars, which should have happened 2 years ago when Biden ignored his reliable intelligence. Not a single person has been held accountable. Our so-called leader can't seem to even utter their names in public, not even once. Mr. Biden has run his entire political campaign for 50 years as the family man. Well, I've got news for you, sir. The curtain has been lifting, and that campaign slogan will never work again. We have seen what's going on in your family, and even worse, we've seen how you've been treating us as Gold Star families. And there couldn't be anything more disgusting and cowardly than the way you have treated us. You are a disgrace to this nation. You have no business having ultimate command over our military, and I regret not saying that to your face when I had the opportunity in Dover. I felt it more important to bite my tongue, but I also had more important things on my mind at that time, like receiving my son's lifeless body stateside. While I stood there on the tarmac, watching you check your watch over and over again, all I wanted to do was shout out, "It's 2:30, asshole." But out of respect to the other grieving families, I bit my tongue once again. Well, as you can probably tell by now, I'm done biting my tongue. You, sir, stole their lives, their futures, their dreams, and have ripped apart 13 families. You cannot even man up and admit that. You, sir, gave us all the title Gold Star family. You, sir, discredit honor and integrity. 2 years later, there are things I find myself thinking about. Where and what was Biden's logic sneaking out of Bagram in the middle of the night before ever getting a single Afghan partner or American civilian out? This is the purest definition of intentional negligence. This is just one of many irresponsible and negligent decisions coming from the White House.
Yep.
I have spent 2 fucking sleepless nights. I anticipate several more before I'm not really all that crazy anymore. All the feelings of abandonment, all the feelings of disgrace, all the feelings of dishonor have come back
Yep.
tenfold 2
Yep.
years later. And then we watch his disgraceful actions as Hawaii burned.
Uh-huh. Yep.
We watched him sit there falling asleep at the memorial. Just like you, Henry.
Just like me.
Kidding, honey.
I've done it before on the air.
We heard him talk about how he almost lost his house, his wife, his cat, his 67 Chevy or whatever the fuck it is.
Corvette, which he should not be able to own.
Because there was a small kitchen fire that was put out in minutes.
Uh-huh.
We watched him laugh in the face of still missing school children.
Yep.
We've watched how he has diverted billions of dollars just in the last few days to Ukraine,
Mm-hmm.
while offering the people of Hawaii, the
700
victims
bucks.
of this fire, a pittance. Pennies on the dollar. Fucking around and finding out is coming. People are pissed. People are disgusted. People are rightfully angry. And we have done nothing but sit here with our thumbs up our collective asses, whining and moaning and complaining about transgender rights, or we need to save the planet. Don't eat meat. Don't
Cows.
drink milk. Don't eat eggs.
Cows fart.
They're bad for the planet. We're all going to die. I got news for you. We're all going to die one day anyway.
We have an expiration date.
You, California is judged. You got a couple more years. Me, I'm permanent. That's an old joke, by the way. Fucking around and finding out. Fucking around, Henry, and finding out. Where people are now really starting to get goddamn angry.
Yeah.
Little boy.
It's about damn time.
It's a little boy in a Colorado school who went to school wearing the Gadsden flag patch on his backpack. I had to educate Henry today on what the Gadsden flag was. Not deriding you, but the thing is, these are little tidbits lost in history.
Mm-hmm.
It has its roots back before the Revolutionary War. Matter of fact, it found its roots in the French Indian War. It was a standard flown by the fledgling United States Navy during the Revolutionary War. Don't tread on me. 13 segments on its tail or on its rattle, signifying 13 states or 13 original colonies. Don't tread on me. Fuck around and find out. Step on me, I'm going to bite you and you're going to die.
What happened?
So
He got suspended?
So this little boy, his name is Jaden, and according to Canyon Bear, the president of Libertas revealed that the Vanguard School in Colorado Springs told a 12-year-old boy that he had to remove the flag because of its origins with slavery, and that it was disruptive to the classroom environment. I guarantee you not another kid in that classroom was bothered by this.
No. The people that
Not
bothered by
one
it are the world's
fucking
motherfuckers.
Not one fucking kid
Right.
was bothered by this. I just about lost my teeth. You missed it. You would have laughed. It would have been funny.
No, I wouldn't laugh at you.
Yeah, you would. Trust me, you would have.
If I wouldn't have done it outwardly, I would have definitely done it inwardly. I'll just call you Nancy Pelosi.
The school itself has been doing backflips trying to justify his suspension, his removal from school. The news gets even more asinine. The Vanguard School then admits the Gadsden flag did not originally have racial context, but claims without evidence racists have successfully hijacked its meaning. Since when and where? Let's go to the phone. If it'll pick up. The Raw, you're on the air.
Yes.
Hey, Chuck. How
I
you
think
doing?
it. Good. Are you all still talking about the incident at that Colorado Springs high school or middle school or whatever? 7th grader, right?
Yeah, 7th grader. Little 12-year-old. Yeah, that got tossed out on his ass for having the Gadsden flag on his backpack.
I told my kid, she just started the 8th grade. I said, look, if this kid can do that, I think that you should take your ISIS flag and wave it around at school.
Chuck.
That's what I told her.
Chuck.
Chuck.
But you know what? He can.
You get what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. But I'm going to Chuck.
Yeah, I don't like the policy either as far as this absolutism as far as looking for ways to I guess preserve the integrity of the learning environment at the taxpayer-funded public schools.
Chuck, you voted for it.
I guess it's a necessary type of a thing that needs to be held in place in order to prevent what I just said of crazy people letting their kids run around with ISIS flags and Nazi flags and other disruptive type behavior that I mean, the kids are there to learn and not engage in political speech. It's not like we're talking about Evergreen College in Olympia, Washington here or something like that.
Please elucidate, educate me how a 1.5 by 2-inch patch on a backpack is disruptive to the learning environment?
You know what I really think it is? I think it's somebody, it's probably a child that attends the school or a misinformed adult that saw this and perceives it as a disruption.
That would be the teacher.
And then, say again?
That would be the teacher, yes. You are correct.
Or a student.
No,
You know, went up to the teacher.
you've got a handful of 12-year-olds. Did you know what the Gadsden flag was when you were 12 years old?
Hey, I knew a lot, and these kids know a lot more than what we think they do with their
Right.
exposure to social media and just hearing their parents talk. I mean, who knows if the kid, let's just say there is a child that will complain about it. They probably have parents that are left-wing lunatics, just I hate to paint broad brushes here, but look where they're at, you know, in the United States. They're a pretty liberal area. So, I mean, you know, there might be some kind of an indoctrination going on at home, like, oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is okay, this is bad. this Galveston flag is equal to this Nazi flag, which is equal to, you know, oh my God.
Flag, which is equal to the Hamas flag, which is equal to the ISIS flag, which is equal to the which is equal to the red flag with the sickle and hammer, which is equal to the red flag with the star,
Chinese,
which is equal to the flag that has 50 stars. That's red, white, and blue. I'm triggered.
I know. Hey, this is what happens if the kid had a flag that was upside down on his backpack? That would have been maybe he should go to school the next day and do that one. That's what I would. That's what I would tell him. Forget about what I said about the ISIS flag. I think my kid should go to school and with the flag upside down on a backpack and walk around and go, what? What are you looking at? It's just a flag upside down.
Do you know what that actually means?
It means it's a sign of duress.
Distress, not duress, but distress, yes.
Right, yeah.
It's a signal. It's a signal for distress. It signals, hey, we're so fucked up, we're upside down. Look out.
Yep.
That's all that means.
It really is. But is it accurate representation? I mean, I'd much rather be here than Iraq or some shit like that.
Or Iran.
I've never been to Iraq, and I never want to go there. That's why I got the fuck out of the army. I was like, fuck this.
You don't want to go to those shitholes. You know, Israel's getting ready to enter into a 3-front war. I've been listening to news clips about that as well. Looks like Gaza is getting ready to start fighting again. They're being directly funded by the Iranians and Jordan and a couple of other countries. So yeah, they're getting ready. They're getting ready to fuck around and find out as well.
Fuck around and find out. Yep.
Israelis are a tough bunch of sons of bitches. They really are. The last army I would want to fight ever.
Well, the truth is, without us, they're not really much of they're not much of anything.
This is true.
They're not self-sufficient. Yeah, they kind of are, but not like. I mean, I think that you know, there's a lot of missions that go in and out of Israel all the time. I mean, the U.S. we're all over the place. We're all over the goddamn place. It's so amazing.
We've got our dicks in a lot of pies. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
You got the dicks in the pies, and it's so bad that it's. Never mind. I'm not.
You can say it on this show.
Really, all right, man. You can say it on this show. This show is just fine. You know, let it all out. Don't keep it in because you know you'll end up calling the afternoon drive-by and yelling, screaming.
Well, I called him today, and I can't. Well, it was about this kid over in Colorado, as a matter of fact, because I heard about it on Alex Show.
It was on the subject, huh?
Yeah, and I pretty much told him the same thing, and he was like, "I can't believe you would say that." I go, "Well, I don't believe it, but it's just the truth." I mean, these people, you will use that. They'll use that excuse all day long to preserve the learning environment and then they'll, go down the road of, well, the taxpayers, they own. There's one kid in a Longview, Washington school here. It was a high schooler.
Uh-huh.
One year he decided to exercise his First Amendment, and he got shut down. He went to school with a shirt that said "Too gay to function."
I'm sorry.
And
too gay to function?
Yeah, that was the shirt that he had on. He wore it a couple of different times, and he had a couple of different shirts that said "Too gay to function."
I like
This was
that.
back in like 2008. Well, the principal said, "No, you can't wear that because it's disruptive to the learning environment." It's and before that, when I was in high school, we had a guy that would show up in baby doll dresses, and he got told to go home and change because it was disruptive to the learning environment. This was a public school. So I don't know. I mean, it feels like that a lot of these rules that are in place as far as what is appropriate speech at public schools and not is kind of pick and choose depending on what situation. Because I tell you,
Well, it is, Chuck, and it is pick and choose, and it's all based upon the administration or the teacher's political ideology.
Correct.
yeah, I'd say that I agree with that.
Honestly, throughout my grade school, well, I'm going to have to say grade school, not necessarily high school, because there's a story there. I won't tell it right now. But through grade school and junior high school, I didn't know what political affiliation my teachers had. I could care less. All I wanted to do was get the fuck out of their class.
If you know what the political affiliation is.
And they never told us either.
Right.
They
Right.
never told us.
That's right.
My favorite high school English teacher. All right, I failed his class 3 times in a row because I liked him that much. Seriously, I said, I'm going to fail this class because I like learning in this class. He said, okay. He didn't believe me. I failed it 3 semesters in a row. Just because I liked this class. He had this thing. Now, I knew the man outside later. He was a very devout Christian. But in class, we were all convinced he was a Satanist. Because
He was a what?
he was a Satanist.
Oh, those are the more interesting people that are.
He was a very interesting character. He very much was a very interesting character. I will, some teachers, they stick with you for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
He stuck with me for the rest of he's going to stick with me for the rest of my life because we didn't know. He would describe the Bible as a halfway decent literary work of literature. Halfway decent.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And of course,
Devout Christian.
very much, very much. But the thing is, he did that to get us to think. He did that to get us to question. He did that to get us to learn a little tiny skill that nobody is learning today. It's called critical thinking.
Right.
You can guarantee that that the Bible thumpers in the class went home and read that Bible cover to cover, trying to figure out what the hell he meant, and would come back to class a couple of days or a couple of weeks later and challenge him.
Right.
And he used that as a learning opportunity to make the kids think. Wow, what a fucking guy!
A good teacher.
He was a great
He probably had that impact on several other people too. And
yes.
So that's what makes him.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he did.
some of my best teachers had opposing political views, and I didn't realize it until several years I was out of there. I had one teacher that was so liberal he made the Rush Limbaugh show.
Well, I'll tell you how I ended up actually leaving that school. Okay, I had dropped out once already. Went to join the Army. Went to basic training. Went to basic training, and they said, "Okay, you're going through basic training. You're going through AIT, but you need to go back to high school. So we're going to put you on leave. Go back to high school. However, you're going to work in the recruiting office. Okay." We're going to pay you. We're getting some work out of you. So I went to high school.
That's cool.
I went to high school in uniform.
Mm-hmm.
My social studies teacher threw me out of the class
Oh,
because he could not
No.
stand that I would come to class in uniform.
Were you wearing BDUs or what do they call that back then?
Oh, I was in BDUs.
Or Class
I was
Bs?
I was in BDUs. Hell,
you
I was-
should have went Army on them.
went fuck you and left. You know, I went.
Did you at least iron your uniform?
Oh yes, it was very stark dressed and you know, something you're not supposed to do. You
That's
weren't
awesome.
supposed to do with BDUs because it did something with the radar absorbent blackness on it and made it shiny and shit.
Yeah, right.
And fade real quick. But you know, that's okay. That the faded BDUs were the sign of you have some experience, so it was good. It was a good thing. However, you know, I went down. I went down to the principal's office. Say, hey, look, Joe Blow just kicked me the fuck out. He said, well, you know, you're being disruptive. I said, how am I being disruptive?
Oh.
I'm going to class. Well, it's his choice. I said, okay, fine, it's his choice. I picked up his duck and slammed it on his desk and busted it in a million pieces and said, I'm out of here again. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. Opened the door, slammed it behind me, broke that glass, and walked out. Ended up going to a high school in Nebraska where, you know, I spent 100 hours learning the GED, passing it within the upper 96th percentile of the entire nation, and then earning my high school diploma within 100 hours, then being shipped off to the rest of the Army. So, you know, fuck around and find out.
I know a kid that fucked around and found out well, I don't know him really, but I heard stories about this asshole. He got to Fort McClellan and he got into the shark attack, you know, phase of the going into basic training. And one of the drill sergeants kicked open his duffel bag and the goddamn Confederate flag fell out of it, and every
Nice.
drill sergeant in that company
Nice.
they rushed his ass. They said, get out, you know, they're like, what is this? Oh, and they just lost their goddamn minds. They were just like, oh my God, every drill sergeant. Could you imagine that? Just seeing that? Oh my God.
I could actually.
8 drill sergeants just attacking some poor son of a bitch that doesn't even know what the flag means probably.
Absolutely. All right, Chuck. Well, we're gonna let you go. I'm gonna run off here because I've got lots of stories to go over tonight. Because tonight is
All right.
fuck
Sounds
around
good.
and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Chuck. Thanks for the call. Oh my goodness gracious me, Mercedes Live. 928-476-0331. You forgot to point at the number. You're sleeping on the job there, Henry.
No, it wasn't. The finger started going up there as you were talking.
There we go. Whoop. Anyway, 928-476-0331. We'll be back after these messages.
This portion of the Raw could be brought to you by you, for as little as $25 a week. For more information, email us at theraw@ktox.com. That's theraw@ktox.com. theraw@ktox.com.
KTOX.
KTOX.
The Tri-States Talk Leader.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
Learn how to defend yourself and your loved one. Kingman Force on Force. Krav Maga, empty hands, edge weapons, firearms training. Train like law enforcement with our virtual range simulator. AZCCW classes, free gun safety classes. Our instructors are AZDPS licensed, NRA certified, and former Combat Special Forces. 3001 Stockton Hill Road, Kingman, Arizona. www.kingmanforceonforce.com.
I'm Rob Hansen.
And I'm Henry Longbreak, along with Tundra.
And KTOX 1340 AM, we are pleased to support the Mojave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation.
The Mojave County K-9 Foundation teams with the Mojave County Sheriff Department to keep our county safer. It increases deputy safety, and the dogs are highly visible deterrents against robberies, burglaries, and drug dealing.
K-9s can save time clearing buildings. It takes less than the quarter of the time that it would take a deputy on his own.
K-9s can track juvenile runaways, missing elderly persons, fleeing suspects, and provide comfort to traumatized victims.
For more information about the Mojave County Sheriff's K-9 Foundation, or you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation or host a fundraising event that includes a K-9 demonstration, call John Sanchelli at 651-270-0920 or go online at www.mcsk9f.com.
The Mojave County Sheriff K-9 Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay, this is the Target House.
Hey, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
Bom, bom. And welcome back. It is The Raw. I'm your host of Miss Dan Hans. Of course, we have Henry and Tundra over there on the other right-hand side. Why are you pointing at me?
Oh, me.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you. Anyway, you're right at the second phone number, 928-476-0331. That's the number if you want to join in the conversation. Anyhow, so, the school went back and forth, trying to come up with a reason why, this kid is in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Finally ended up with just something that was so incredibly stupid that it makes no sense whatsoever. Anyway, the following items are not acceptable in school buildings or school grounds. Activities, any clothing, paraphernalia, grooming, jewelry, hair coloring, accessories, body adornments that contain advertisements, symbols, words, slogan, patches, or pictures that, and this is the one that got him kicked out of school, that refer to drugs, tobacco, alcohol, or weapons. The Gadsden flag is now considered a drug and a tobacco, an alcohol, or a weapon. In that school.
Wonder how many people have a Glock patch in that school.
I don't have the foggiest idea.
And the teacher don't know what the hell it is.
They don't. But the thing is, the school's been called out, and they fucked around. And now they're finding out. They are now under heavy criticism from parents nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
The kid's story has been told. By the way, he went to the local NBC affiliate to tell his story. They wouldn't even talk to him.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. That's a liberal news network.
Because it didn't fit their bullshit narrative.
Right.
If I was 25 years younger, I wouldn't have sent either of my kids to school. I would have kept them home. I would have done what I had to do to homeschool them.
Yep.
I'm sure there's somebody's a mind out there, flipping. You're going to deny them the socialization and what am I actually denying them?
Denying them the headache of
the chance to be indoctrinated.
Yeah.
I took my kids out shooting for the first time when they were a lot younger than they are now. And they were so scared. Henry, wake up.
I am awake.
You're looking at your phone.
I am. I'm trying to get my sister on with us.
Okay, gotcha. But I took them shooting. They were absolutely frightened because they'd heard nothing in school but guns are bad, guns are bad, guns are bad. Don't touch them. If you touch them, somebody will die. Guns are horrible.
Yep.
By the end of the day, the 2 hours that we were out there plinking with the 22, they were thrilled, they were excited, they were enthused. But I had to reverse the bad education they got that guns are bad, guns are evil. If you touch them, everybody's going to die.
Right.
I remember my youngest, but I don't want to kill anybody. I said, who said anything about killing anybody?
Right.
Who said anything about killing a rabbit or killing an animal or killing anything? We're here to shoot targets.
Yeah, that's all I use gun for.
Huh? What do you mean? You see this? This piece of paper I have, it's a target.
Guns don't kill people. People kill people.
People kill people. We're going to put it down their ways, and you're going to shoot at it, and you're going to try to hit it. And you're going to keep trying to hit it until you get right dead smack in the middle. And you're going to learn how to safely handle a firearm. You're going to learn how to unload, load, when to shoot, when not to shoot. And you're not going to be afraid anymore. Both my kids took to it like ducks on take to water. Megan turned out to be one hell of a natural shot. I mean, she doesn't even look through the sights and she hits what she's aiming at. You can take her to the range and she goes out and hits steel constantly with her little Henry 22.
Nice.
Her first firearm was about that big. It was a little single shot piece of shit. I mean, this firearm was a piece of junk. She loved that. She would sit there. She would open it. She would put one bullet in, close the breech, bang, click, click. And she would sit there, with a handful of, a pocket full of 22s. And she would sit there for an hour. Tink, tink, tink.
Did that shoot the shorts only or the long rifle?
Long rifle.
Because some of those little guns like that shoot the shorts only.
No.
Which I don't even know if you can still get.
You can. They're just rare.
Okay.
But that's, once again, a non sequitur.
It's just a question I ask you.
Again, it's a non sequitur.
I'm going to reach over this computer and bitch slap.
That's
you.
okay.
That's secular.
But has nothing to do with secular or non secular. That's, once again, a non sequitur. In other words, changing the subject.
I'm fucking with you.
Changing the subject away from the subject we're talking about.
I just did again. I just fucked with you again.
I understand.
So
and I'm
deal with it.
Right back. I'm calling your bullshit out, man. Anyway. Man. Okay, man. But no, but the point of it is I had to reverse the shit she was learning in school. They were learning in school.
Of course, yeah.
Now my eldest daughter owns something very similar to Tyrone up here, or my youngest daughter does. Mm-hmm. And my eldest daughter owns a lever action Henry 22.
I bet she loves that.
She does.
I've never shot one, but I hear they're really sweet.
Yeah, that is a sweet little rifle. I just pink tink.
Yeah.
Pink tink. It's a nice rifle. It really is, and it will last her a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
It'll last her children a lifetime. It's a well built rifle.
Mm-hmm.
It will last practically forever. But these kids nowadays, they're being taught not about the history of, say, the Gadsden flag. Well, okay, little Johnny, let's learn about the Gadsden flag. You
that would be the best. Yes.
You wear it. Let's learn about it. Let's find out why it came around. Why do you think it came around? That'd be my first question. What do you think this means?
Mm-hmm.
What was your answer this afternoon when I told you about that?
I didn't know the name. I never heard the name before that I remember.
Yeah,
but when you told me what it was, I go, oh yeah,
Well, you said it means freedom, and I said no, it really doesn't.
Well, in the end, it does.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's what it's fuck around and find out.
That's freedom. But anyway, yeah.
Not really.
But really. Not really, but really.
But it was a battle standard. Okay, it was a guide on.
Yeah.
It was. These are the principles that we stand upon. Fuck around and find out.
Well, that was a lot better than the button I wore when I was in high school and got kicked out of school for.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was appropriate for getting kicked out of school. The button said, "Go intercourse thyself."
Go intercourse.
And when the principal asked me, "Do you know what that means?" and I said, "Yeah, it means fuck you."
Yeah, that's all right. Why don't you go take an aerial intercourse through a revolving piece of perforated pastry?
Yeah, well, I got kicked out of school for that.
What did I tell you to do?
Go fuck a donut or something.
Go take a flying fuck at a donut. And a rolling donut at that even.
Yeah.
Take a flying fuck through a rolling donut. Anyway, 928-476-0331 is the number to join the conversation. But no, the kids aren't being taught the history. They're
not. It's being erased.
Appropriate thing would be, okay, Miss Teacher, if you're that offended by it, let's learn about it.
Of course.
Let's learn about it. Let's find out the history, the true meaning behind that flag. If you're concerned that this kid is using it as a symbol of racism or hate, well, let's instruct this child of its true meaning. Let's instruct this child of its true origins.
Yep.
Let's instruct the rest of the children of its of what it is. So, but what did they learn today? They learned hate. They learned intolerance because of a 1.5 by 2 inch patch on the back of a fucking backpack.
That had nothing to do with hate.
It had nothing to do with hate.
Nothing to do with racism.
So, you know, the opportunity to change the lives of children were lost forever at that moment. The opportunity to teach, have a teaching moment,
Yep.
is gone forever.
Yep.
Because-
That kid's gonna be walking on pins and needles.
No, he's not.
Well,
he's not, because I think the little shit is obnoxious enough.
What grade?
Continue on. He's 12 years old, probably 7th grade.
Real influential right there. Really at a turning point in his life.
He is.
You know which way he's going to go, and if that teacher pushed him over the edge, that's fucked up.
Well, it is. It is.
And a teacher can push a kid over the edge to go in the wrong direction.
There is, and you know, you had, well, just like the my favorite high school teacher, the story I talked about.
Yeah.
All right. His discussion about the Bible was a teaching moment.
Right.
It taught it. You know, we're. What do you mean it was just a mediocre piece of literature? Well, it's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, go read it. It's mediocre. It's bleh. What are you, some kind of Satanist? I'm not. No. Are you a Christian? I'm none of your business. But he used that as a teaching moment, and it made us go home and read our Bibles and challenge him in class. Challenge him. This is an English teacher. Now, yes, the King James Version of the Bible is a mediocre read for someone who doesn't know Old English.
It is. It is. The New American Standard is a much better.
I'm not even going to discuss that. But the thing is, he wasn't teaching the Bible. He was teaching critical thinking.
Correct.
He was teaching you take a bit of information and then you study the hell out of it. You can either agree or you can disagree. But in the meantime, you're learning about this and you're making up your own mind based on the fact that you uncover.
He gave you some homework without giving you homework.
Exactly. He gave us homework without giving us homework. He was a brilliant fucking teacher.
That's brilliant if a teacher does that. Absolutely. 100%.
And it was a teachable moment. It was just a teachable moment.
Yes.
And you know, if you go back through, you know, the recesses of your mind, and I understand that grade school was like 592,000 years ago for you.
At least.
Well, you know, riding those dinosaurs at school every day.
Well, you know, it was a little after that, but Jesus was a cool dude. He was my classmate.
Jesus was a cool dude.
That was AD after
you I'm sure you ran into some memorable teachers, not ones that, you know, were total fuck ups that you remember forever. Like the social studies teacher that threw me out of class for being in uniform. But
Mrs. Jackson, English teacher, yes. Very, very great teacher. Very, very good. Very good. Very good. She told me, she says, Henry, I know you could do better than this. I know your ability. Your ability's way better than what you're putting out. And she said, if you need help, I'll help you anytime. And then she left me alone after that.
And then she challenged. Well, she challenged you.
She challenged me, and you know what I got in my next grade? An A.
Good for you.
I got an A, and that was all because of her. That was because she had faith in me. She pumped me up first. She pumped me up to say, "Hey, you're worthy. You're worthy. You're
not worthy.
You're somebody. You're somebody. You're not stupid. You know what you're doing, and you're not using your full ability." And it's like,
yeah,
wow. And that made me think about it. And I tried really hard in that class, and I got an A.
Well, and see that's just the thing, okay?
And I remember her name.
You remember her name?
Yeah.
I had math teachers that were awesome.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
My high school algebra teacher was great.
Mm-hmm.
My high school biology teacher was probably the wisest man on the planet. These are people that make impacts on your life, and these are teachers. And look, we've heard the argument before. Oh, teachers don't make enough. Teachers don't blah 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 blah. Well, you know what? Start teaching kids, and I will fight for a higher pay.
Absolutely, because our teachers.
Start actually teaching our children how to think.
Correct.
Start teaching them the real education.
Correct.
Instead of this made up bullshit.
Right.
I'll fight for your pay. I'll make sure. I don't have a problem paying for education. I really don't.
And it's
that important.
I don't want to hear a teacher's opinion. I want to hear her knowledge or his knowledge.
Jesus Christ, your parents put us on the moon, Henry. Yeah, your parents.
They did.
They weren't afraid of knowledge. They weren't afraid of a challenge. They weren't afraid to think beyond the box. When they were born, there wasn't indoor plumbing in most places.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
And then they went off and fought a horrendous world war.
Correct. My dad was in World War II.
They came back and they built things.
Yep.
Incredible things.
Yep.
They reached for the stars, Henry.
Yep. Yep. It's very sad what's going on nowadays.
Now we're afraid of being too smart. Mathematics is racism.
Yeah. Yeah. And we're afraid of offending somebody.
Getting good grades in school is white supremacy.
Yeah, of course it is. They just did it because you're white and you're entitled. You got white privilege. I got a white privilege card to my wallet that I've never used. If anybody wants to buy it, it's cheap.
Sure.
I've never used it once.
My white privilege has left me has left me poor and sometimes destitute. But we're not teaching our kids these things nowadays. We're teaching them to be afraid. We're teaching them to be afraid of each other. We're separating them between boys and girls and muddying the idea that, sex, which is a biological constant, is a mental construct. And this coming from somebody who is transsexual. We're teaching them to be useful idiots.
Pretty much.
We've taught them that in order to make money, you have to go to school and spend tens of thousands of dollars and become a lifetime indentured servant to the banks in order just to get a minimum wage job.
Mhm.
We tell them that working with your hands is dirty. It's wrong. You're not all there if you want to build things. We discourage them from becoming truck drivers. We discourage them from becoming factory workers. We discourage them from building houses and buildings. We discourage them from digging ditches with a backhoe or learning to operate a crane or emptying the garbage. Those jobs are beneath you. Those jobs are menial. Those jobs are worth nothing.
Neither is an education anymore.
What's that?
And neither is an education anymore. And that's the truth. That's the truth.
And that's exactly it.
Because those jobs have paid far more and will continue to pay far more than someone with a degree.
Well, it depends. Now, if you want to be a doctor, well, you're going to have to go to school and get a degree. Your job is then going to be to save lives using your best educated guess to determine what's exactly wrong with this patient here, and hopefully prescribing the right medication or series of medications or performing a surgical operation to save their lives, make them better, make them whole again. That requires a very deep and detailed education.
And they make about the same as a heavy equipment operator. It's the same pay. Same pay.
Depends. I mean,
well, it
really depends on especially and once again,
average.
that's a non sequitur. We're talking about education.
I'm talking about outside of education.
The
The
people
alternative, a trade school.
The people who sit down and design computers, for instance,
Yep.
have to have a very intense college education.
That I agree on.
I can't go out to what's that?
That I agree on.
I can't just go out to my garage back there and design a microchip.
Right. You can't go to a trade school and learn that because they want you to have some kind of knowledge.
No, you have to have a lot of knowledge between semiconductors, microelectronics, this and that and everything else. You've got to have a whole hell of a lot of knowledge. And what you most learn is how to work as a team to design things. You're an engineer at that point. That requires a lot of schooling. People who design bridges go to school for a lot of years. Lawyers, doctors, engineers, scientists, teachers need to have a degree, which I agree with. But the idea that that every single child has to go through college in order to get ahead is bogus. I went to advanced learning classes, as in like college courses, to pick up knowledge that I needed for whatever it was. I didn't go for a grade. I went strictly for the knowledge.
Correct.
I took 2 semesters of Visual Basic. I learned what I needed to learn for the job that I was working at, something that interested me.
Right.
Once again, it's motivation. It's what you're doing. But then again, here we have little Johnny, little Mary. They're going to school, and they're missing perfect storm opportunities for true education, and that is intolerant anymore. Because then we get a bunch of assholes. Let me stop this. Hang on. I gotta make this big and start it over again.
Yeah, I want to see where that's going.
Then we get a bunch of assholes like this who fuck around and really find out.
Yeah.
Oh, we got it.
Carol. You better move. Get out now! Get out! On the ground! On the ground now!
I watched that fat lady right there. She fucked around. She found out.
We have no weapons at all. We're just protesters.
Fuck around and find out.
They fucked around and they found out. Now, what that was a group of protesters that were attending Burning Man in Nevada Sunday, and decided that they wanted to have their little protest, so they went and blocked the highway.
You can't do that.
And on tribal land, no doubt.
Oh no!
On
That's
tribal
even
land.
worse.
So, well, yeah, they fucked around on tribal land, and they definitely found out who's boss. They didn't put up with it. They rammed a Ford pickup truck through their stupid little protest.
Yep. And you know what? If you're blocking a road like that, they have to do what they have to do. Nowadays, off of tribal land, the cops' hands are so tied, they can't do stuff like that.
No.
I mean, I'm sure that stopped it right there. Protest all you want. Protest all you want. Protest all you want alongside of the road, not in the middle of it.
No, the thing is, for some reason, people have gotten it through their thick, stupid ass skulls that they
You can shut down a road.
you can do what you want as long as it's in the name of a protest. We saw this during the Summer of Love. Where cities burned to the fucking ground.
Yep.
And mainstream media called it a mostly peaceful protest.
Right.
Where police officers were killed, where innocent people were killed, where businesses were burned to the ground, forever closed, never to open again because of a false narrative.
Yep. And that nobody's gone to court on that. Nobody.
Well, they're trying, but not really.
No, they're not.
Then you have Camel Toe Harris, the laughing hyena herself,
bailing people out,
who organized fundraisers to bail protesters out of jail. This is the Vice President of the United States, by the way.
Yep.
Somebody who also, while working as a prosecutor, put many people away for a lot of years just for simple marijuana possession in California. Yeah, she's a real law and order kind of person. Here's another here's another angle.
Man, get off the highway. This is a state route. Everybody will be arrested if not. 30 seconds. Send your leader to my vehicle. Let's talk. Get off the fucking road.
Get off the fucking road.
Mommy!
out. You better move. You're the
And now it's the find out portion of this.
Get out now! Get out! On the ground! All of you on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Don't move!
You fuck around.
Please.
When you found out.
We have no weapons at all. We're environmental protesters. Please.
Trespassing on tribal land.
We're environmental protesters. Down around.
Don't block a road. Don't fuck around tribal land.
Don't fuck around because you're going to find out. And they found out. Now, mind you, they were arrested, they were cited, and then later released.
Sure. Tribal police don't fuck around.
No, they don't. But the thing is, they were blocking a highway. If you took a look at there was quite a backup of vehicles.
Yeah.
Quite a backup of vehicles. People just going about their business.
And someone could have died because of that. Now, let me tell you why. If there's an emergency vehicle that needs to get by because there was an accident and that emergency vehicle can't get by there, someone could die because of that.
Absolutely. But you know what? We're 11 minutes past the top of the hour.
Oh my gosh! Let's take a top of the hour break.
We gotta take a top of the hour break. I gotta pee, and you gotta get something.
Call my sister again.
Call your sister again.
All right.
It is the Raw. We'll be right back.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
If a natural disaster comes knocking, how prepared is your family? You can't just close the door on earthquakes, floods, or hurricanes and hope they go away. That's why it's important to make a plan now. Ready.gov/plan has the tools and tips you need to prepare your family for an emergency. So if disaster shows up at your doorstep, you'll be ready. Visit ready.gov/plan and make a plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Oh,
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way! Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Okay, this is the target house.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
The opinions voiced on The Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting, or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call him racist. We the people. Let's go round and we the people. Let's go round and we the people.
And welcome back. It is The Raw, hour number 2. Well, we're 17 minutes into hour number 2, actually, but that's okay. I get on a roll and I forget things. Anyway, over to the right of me is Henry and Tundra. If you don't know, Henry is a Needles City Council person.
Tundra's actually Dylan's down there.
Dylan's down there. And he's also guarding the sacred phone number, 928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. And by the way, if you want to send us snail mail or something, you want to send us whatever, I don't care.
I
do care.
Your debit card with a PIN.
That'd be nice, too.
Yes.
But you can do that now by addressing an envelope. I know that's weird. That's weird, addressing an envelope.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I've got a story about a stamp here in just a moment. Don't let me forget about it, okay?
Okay.
Please. It's almost a non sequitur. But anyway, if you want to send us something, P.O. Box 22014, Bullhead City, Arizona, 86442. I need to get a graphic up here that says that.
That would be good. You can put it underneath your headline right there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, I could. Yes. I can't do that. So,
or you could put it right up there underneath the phone number.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, down below, down here would be better.
Down below, where I have scrolling. Hey, check out the raw.
Have all your advertisements here.
Yeah,
there, down below, and then so we can't see. It's just a little square.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Anyway, but yeah. P.O. Box 22014, Bullhead City, Arizona, 86442. And we'll get that. And, okay, so, talking about the P.O. Box, I went to check the P.O. Box the other day and took my nephew in to register for Selective Service.
Nice.
He's 18. Now, this is another failing of our school.
They don't tell you
that. They're not telling you that.
No, they're not.
And it's the law. If you're male, if you're 18, you are to you
Yes,
are required to register for
it's
selective
not,
service.
The sad thing is it's not being enforced.
It is. Well, yes, it is.
It
yes.
isn't. It isn't.
No, yes, it is, Henry. The thing is, you cannot get federal student loans.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get federal jobs at all.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you can't even become. You can't even get into some places that require a security clearance without having registered for selective service.
Now, make sure you do that because you want to be a tribal cop. You saw how much fun they have.
Yeah.
And you could cuss at the job and everything.
Man, it reminds me of C.W. McCall's Convoy. Crashed the gate doing 98.
Yes.
Anyway,
put the hammer down.
However, okay, so I take him down to the post office, and he's we played bloody hell finding the card for him to fill out.
I believe it. I believe it.
So,
I bet they had no idea what it was, what they're talking about.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, they did.
Okay. They had one left. It was kind of hidden. Okay.
So no one does it.
Well, they had one left because people do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not being taught. I mean, all of a sudden, what do you mean? I got to have what selective service?
Right.
All right. So we start filling it out, blah, 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 blah. He doesn't know his social security number. Okay, great. So we're going to have to take this home. Just, detach the card, fold it up and then put it in the mailbox. But it requires a stamp.
No way.
Yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah. You got to put your own stamp.
A federal government. Oh man.
So,
that is, oh man.
Yep. You're 18 years old. You're old enough to go fight for this nation. You're old enough to own a firearm and vote and stuff like that. But in order for you to be selected to go and fight for a nation in case of dire emergency, you're gonna have to provide your own stamp.
At least Amazon don't charge you for that.
Amazon has nothing to do with selective service.
No, it doesn't. But it's shipping. You're shipping a letter. You're shipping a package.
Yeah.
It equals. You get it?
No.
Why you keep using that big word that you just learned?
Oh, what, non sequitur?
Yes.
Because that's exactly what it is. They're shipping shit to you. They're paying the shipping from themselves. Okay, you're shipping your information off to the federal government. At least they could provide the fucking stamp for you.
They already know.
Well, of course they do. Of course they do. They already know. Anyway. 928-476-0331. Well, here's the thing.
They own the post office. It should be free.
Yeah, it should be. Well, the thing is, you can also take it down there and hand it to the. Yeah,
where's that at?
The post office.
They're going to still want a stamp.
No, they will take it.
The post office will take it.
The post office will take it and then process the form right there.
Without a stamp?
Without a stamp.
Oh, okay. Well, he was already there. Why did he have to put a stamp on it?
He didn't know his social security number.
Oh, gotcha. You already said that.
Yeah.
My bad.
Little parts and pieces of the story, if you
it's easy. Together, it's easy. Mine's 542-937892. That's my social security number.
I hope that's not your social security.
Not even close.
No.
Now, the funny thing about that, hold on one second. The funny thing about that is the social security number. Back in my day, I worked for the Herald Examiner, and they had a social security game. In a social security number game in the newspaper, and you send in your social security number to the Herald Examiner, and they print it in the newspaper. If they print it in the newspaper, you win the prize amount. And I won. I think it was either $50 or $100. I my number was picked. My social security number is printed out right in there. No one even thought about it.
That's the awesome lottery number. Well, no one even
thought about that back then, about hacking a social security number.
Well, way back when, and this is some Army trivia for you. Way back when say like during World War II, of course, everybody was issued a service number, and they were 9-digit numbers, blah blah blah. This was before Social Security, before that.
Okay.
And matter of fact, they even used that numbering system through the end of Vietnam, and then changed it shortly before 1980s to your Social Security number. So my service number was my Social Security number.
Yeah.
So my first week in basic training, I learned my my Social Security number forwards and backwards, sideways, upside down. I could repeat it and yell it at the top of my lungs 6 times in a gas chamber.
Yep. Now, before you go into something else, you said you don't remind you of something. I already forgot that you wanted to say.
No, just did.
You already did?
Yeah, it was about the selected service card.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, it was my non sequitur.
Gotcha.
But it had to do with mail. Okay, so it was roughly related. But anyway, yeah, Social Security numbers. So I remember having this conversation with my nephew a few weeks ago about how he needed to go register for selected service.
All right. What is that?
Well, that's exactly what he said. What is that? And I said, well, it's the draft.
And then he pooped a little bit in his pants.
Well, he was going, I don't understand. I said, well, in times of dire emergency, say like during World War II or Vietnam or Korea, your friends and neighbors would gather, and then they would reach in a bucket, pull out some numbers, and if your number was up, you were going to go serve in either the Army, the Air Force, or the Marines, or in the Navy. And he was like, I'm going to have to serve. I said, that has nothing to do with it. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. It's selective service. It's something that it's a law that says you have to register for selective service.
So they can track you down without having to go through their process.
They're going to track you down anyway. But,
right, that's what I'm saying. They don't have to go through their process.
But the thing is, and I told them, look, in order to get student loans, in order to do a lot of things, even some construction jobs on federal contract, you're going to have to be able to say, yes, I've registered for selective service, and they will check.
Right.
Because they'll look at your Social Security number. It comes up you haven't registered. Guess what? You don't get hired. Mm-hmm. You don't get the loan. You don't get
for you. No loan for you.
No loan for you. No soup for you. However, that being the case, but he got stuck at being drafted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
I dropped him off home, and I get a pissed off call from his. Don't you tell my son he has to join the military. I said, I didn't. I said he has to sign up for selective service.
Right.
He asked me what it was. I told him what it was. Oh. Why don't you sit down and explain it to him, Mom?
See,
that was your fucking job.
Parents don't even know about that either.
Well, she knew about it. She just blew it off.
Yeah, I mean, I did too until you just mentioned this. Was it last week? I think it was. And I knew you had to do that, but I knew it was no big deal because there is no draft. There hasn't been a draft since 69, 70, somewhere around in there.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still
you still have
something you have to do.
You have to let them know where you're at, so they don't have to come looking for you.
Yes, absolutely. Well,
and also another thing too is if you change your address, you have to re-notify them.
That you don't have to do.
You used to have to do that.
You used to have to do that. You don't have to do that.
Because when I signed up for the draft, you had to do that.
Yeah, you don't have to do that anymore.
Okay.
Because at that point they already have your Social Security number tagged with selective service. That Social Security number is associated with driver's licenses and other IDs and everything else. Correct. They will find you.
They know where you're at. They're
gonna find you.
You
can hide, you can run, but you can't hide.
Do I need to play Santa Claus is watching you again?
Santa Claus is watching you. No, I don't know. Maybe because I forgot the tune.
Yeah. Ding 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 ding. Anyway, Ray Stevens, wonderful artist. Total non sequitur. But seriously, he didn't know.
But Santa Claus is watching you, so be careful out there.
He got confused and he thought, no, I'm going to have to serve, otherwise I won't be able to do anything about it.
Right.
No, that's not the case, honey. That's not the case.
Well, that's the first thing a kid would think about at 18 years old. When you say that you got to sign up for selective service.
He didn't know what it was, Henry.
Now, see, I did back because I was at the end of the Vietnam War. And I knew what it was, and I watched my brother go through it because he a couple years older than I am.
And if circumstances had been just a little bit different, you would have gone as well.
Correct. And there was a draft they had, and it was it was done on the lottery system, where they had 365 to 366 actually balls, and they picked them out one at a time.
Yeah.
And his was like 300 and some, so he didn't have to go.
Yeah.
They picked the first 100, I think it was.
Like I said, it is what it is. However,
and that's secular.
Secular? Do you even know what secular means?
It's different for what you said. Totally different.
Seriously, do you even know what secular means?
I did, but refresh my memory. I'm old and decrepit and senile. Refresh my memory.
You're talking about the powers between the religious and the secular.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right.
Secular would be
in the secular world.
United States government.
Yeah. Like I learned the 12 steps secular, and I learned it through the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
For the most
but I'm
part.
just saying that because of the word you said, the $100 word that you just learned.
Non sequitur.
There we go.
I know a lot of $5 words.
No, that's more
like
than that.
Oxymoron.
That's more than $5.
Yeah.
I'm the oxy, you're the moron.
Pretty much.
I'm oxidized and you're a moron.
But I can guarantee you my tits are prettier than yours.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell you what, my dick's bigger than yours.
Maybe. I don't know. You want to compare?
No.
Oh, come on, Henry.
No.
Put up or shut up.
Okay, here's mine.
Yeah. Okay. Put up or shut up. I mean, I don't want to know about your thumb.
That was my thumb?
I don't want to know about your thumb. I don't want to know about your fuck finger or your index finger or your pinky finger.
When I come at you like this, you like that.
That means absolutely nothing to me. Nothing. Zero zilch.
Okay, now what, bitch?
But if you're not going to put up, then fucking shut up.
No, it's put out.
That too.
I put up with you every fucking day. I'm not going to put out to you. I'm sorry.
Promises. I mean, promises made, promises not kept.
I have a brother that's a real good cook.
But seriously, what would your sponsor say about that?
I have a brother that's a real good cook.
Don't pawn your brother off on your promises. I mean, come on, pay your own debts, Johnny.
My sponsor
owes me a freaking Staten Island ferry.
My sponsor would say, "Fuck him then." Now, do you want to talk about my AA sponsor or my Celebrate Recovery sponsor?
It doesn't matter. I don't care. It has the one that has absolutely nothing to do with the other because.
But he would say it in a British accent.
Fuck the wanker.
Yeah, his card he has. It says Mickey Bush, Limey, Lodi, and Lush.
There you go. There you go. Anyway, a little sad news. Do you remember the guy by the name of Joe the Plumber?
Joe the Plumber.
Yeah.
From where?
No, evidently not. In 2008, he confronted Barack Obama at a rally Barack Obama was having about his socialist tax plan.
Yes.
Tax the rich.
Yes. Now I know.
And he made himself quite the household name at the time, and libertarian hero. Yeah, he passed away yesterday, dead at the age of 49. So I hope he wasn't a Vax victim.
I know.
I hope he wasn't a Vax victim
Or a political victim.
I doubt that. Well, if you're dying from the Vax, you're a political victim, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep, you are.
Anyway, let's bring this article over here. Joe the Plumber was a man who confronted Barack Obama on the campaign trail in 2008, passed away at the age of 49. Small Samuel Joseph Wurzenbacher, a.k.a. Joe the Plumber, became part of the John McCain campaign after he confronted Obama on his socialist tax and spend program. Wurzenbacher, a Christian plumber who was preparing to purchase a small business, confronted Obama in Toledo, Ohio, and became an overnight sensation. He says, "I'm getting ready to buy a company that makes about $280,000 a year. Your new tax plan is going to tax me more," he said. Obama rattled off his Marxist talking points and eventually admitted that he was right and that it would indeed increase. Barack Obama told Joe the Plumber that he should be happy to pay more taxes because it's good to spread the wealth around. And that was about the same time as the you didn't build this thing. You remember that part of his campaign? That was part of his tax plan. You didn't build this. Your taxes built this. We built this together.
Yeah, that don't ring a bell with me.
No, it should. You were probably, no, you weren't. You were sober.
Oh, yeah.
At the time, maybe, possibly. But no, Joe the Plumber, who became like I said, a household name.
Yeah, I do remember Joe the Plumber. Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Joe. Definitely rest in peace. Now, here is another example. Let's see, what do we got here? We got
I wonder if CW knew him.
Joe the Plumber. I don't know.
CW's the plumber. I mean, they both have the same last name.
No, they don't. Anyway,
that's what secular.
Yes, it's religious, Henry.
Anyway, what?
Yes, it's religious, Henry.
Yes.
Anyway, Nashville man. Do you know who Benny Johnson is?
No, I don't think.
Okay, he's a very young, very active, very intelligent YouTuber / whatever. Runs a show every day called the Benny Johnson Show. Anyway, he was doing man on the street interviews, and he went to Nashville. I wish he was there when I went there. I'd have given him a thing.
I know, huh?
Yeah, but that's okay.
He couldn't have waited for you.
It is what it is. Anyway, this young man that came up to him and just started going off on the Biden administration, and it is full of 4-letter invectives. This is Benny Johnson, by the way, but let's take a listen.
And it blew our minds. Have a listen.
Biden, that motherfucker losing his senses.
If they have to pay out $159 billion less.
Critical error.
And Kamala Harris.
Wakanda forever. Paid for by Kamala Harris.
She just a token, and I hate to say it, she just a token black woman. I don't give a damn. She's just a token black woman.
We got to take this stuff seriously as you are, because you have been forced to have to take it seriously.
The word salad that comes out of her mouth.
Biden,
Absolutely.
Biden tagged on to that and said, you know what? I'm gonna win the black votes by having her. I know what she did. She felt like, okay, we're gonna say Biden is incompetent, and then I'm gonna be president. Unfortunately, you see the man walk up the plane, starts tripping and falling. Man, that man too damn old. He's senior citizen. We need to be talking about Jello and senior citizen homes for his. Like, don't get me wrong. Hey, listen, it is what it is. I'm not a political person at all, but I will say one thing: his need to go, and her need to go, because she just, like, you call me Uncle Tom. She's the real motherfucking Uncle Tom.
You need to get to go and need to be able to get where you need to go to do the work and get home.
What? I think Trump should be president. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we need somebody that's an asshole in the White House.
It's just good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Because you'd be in jail.
We need somebody that's going to tell these foreign countries, you, this is the way we're going to do it. And if you don't like it, we'll meet you on the battlefield. These other presidents, they bend and they break to their will of these foreign countries and let Kim Jong-un, whatever his name is, Chinese mother. Listen,
Chinese motherfucker. He ain't Chinese, North
Korean. He can go to
Korean.
hell. Although I like the egg rolls. But listen, these foreign countries, we let them dictate what the we do.
That's right.
We're powerful. They need to understand that the United States of America don't fucking play. All you got to get some of these good old boys out here in the back rows.
That's right.
And we'll go out there and some up.
Okay. If they make Donald Trump a political prisoner, they're trying to put him in jail. Does that make you want to vote for the political prisoner? Does that make you want to vote for him even more? Does that make you support him even more?
Yes, because the thing is, what people don't like about him is that he got his own money. He don't need these power packs from other political people to tell him you need to do it this way and that way. He got his own money, and he say this is how it's gonna go. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my. He don't bite his tongue because he has his own money.
You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
He got his own money. He say what the he feel, and that's what I like about him. People don't understand. We need an asshole in the White House. We need somebody that's going to tell you how the it is at the end of the day.
Get a job. Get a job.
You fucking slob. Get a job.
You know, we need somebody to tell these foreign countries, you, this is how we're going to do it. And if you don't like it, you can kiss my and we're gonna see you on the battlefield. We need that.
I was wondering what you would say to President Obama.
You're fired.
People don't understand that. People don't get that. We need that. I feel like if by him being indicted, that just goes to show he's not playing ball with these rich politicians.
That's right.
These rich people, like, you know, the crazy part about it, you get these rich politicians, how many of their kids has been pulled over for DUI? How many of their kids has been pulled over for shit that they committed?
But Joe Biden's son's getting away with murder, cocaine, drug, gun offenses.
Exactly. We all done up shit. The problem is the people that point fingers, those are the people that just haven't been caught with it. And if they've been caught, the politicians, they know the people to get them out of it. Yeah. Some of us, like as Americans, as citizens, we have been forced to deal with our consequence. But you got these rich people, they know the right people, they talk to the right people, and they get expunged.
He's almost hit her like 5 times.
That's not right at all. You know, like, we all need to stand up. We all need to be held responsible for our actions. And I think a rich person, a congressman, a senator, a president, the world we live in today is crazy. And Biden needs to sit his old ass down and eat some Jello somewhere.
Come on, man.
and Kamala Harris, Kamala, whatever her name is, she can sit her down too. Because I think Trump, I send him some commissary. I'll send him some commissary.
I put money in his books.
Oh, yeah.
Way to go, Benny.
I have no problem.
Yeah, that was stop. There we go.
That'd be Benny.
Yeah, that was Benny. So that guy was a character. I loved him.
Well, and you know what? Most people on the street.
Well, the thing is, they have fucked around, and now they're going to start finding out that man is pissed.
Now, with an honest election, Trump should run away with this way more than any president's ever ran away with any election.
Well, you know, here we may have a problem with that, Henry. We may have a problem with that. There are several states who are talking to one another. And there are some Republicans, by the way, that are talking about excluding President Trump from the ballot.
Right.
Because he has been accused.
Right. And you can't
of insurrection. No, absolutely not. No, it's not the way this country runs. You know, you can be accused 6 ways a Sunday unless you are proven guilty in a court of law and adjudicated guilty. And then they sing this great song to you.
You got a felony. You got a felony. Man, your road looks rough ahead, gonna be miles and miles away from your bed. The judge's words were beating in your head. Boy, you got a felony.
Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, there we go.
You got a felony.
You got a felony. Anyway, yeah. But until he is adjudicated, until he is found guilty in a court of law, until due process has been done, you can't just act. You can't just act. You know, this is what bothers me with a lot of things.
That's our new America.
That the government. Well, the thing is, since 9/11.
Yeah.
Since 9/11, you know, our search and seizure rights have been violated to death. I mean, get caught carrying large amounts of cash, you're going to lose it.
Right.
You're going to lose it until you go to court and prove your innocence.
Right.
Excuse me? I need to prove my innocence. You need to prove my guilt. That burden's on your ass, not mine.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Red flag laws. All you have to do, Henry, is call the sheriff's department. Well, not here, not really, but you know, if we were in California, all you'd have to do is call the San Bernardino sheriff's department and say, "Hey, look, you know that Miss Robb, she's a nut job, man. She's got guns, she's got ammo.
Right.
I'm worried about. They're going to come and beat down my door, take my weapons,
and then put charges on you and make you prove that you're not.
They're not going to charge me. They're just going to confiscate my weapons. I have to go then to court, file a case against the state, against the sheriff's department or whoever, and then prove that I'm not a nut job.
Right.
I have to spend my money, hire a lawyer, and prove that, you know, I'm sorry, Henry Longbreak's a fucking asshole. He's had it out for me for 20 years.
I haven't even known you that long, so you're lying. You're lying.
It doesn't matter, Henry. This was a hypothetical. By the way, that's another one of those $10 words.
No, hypothetical is only a $5 word. That's a cheap one.
Okay, that was a hypothetical. But the thing is, you know, there's absolutely, and what they're doing is they're trying to exclude him under the 14th Amendment of the Constitution, which bars people who, yeah, I know, I hear it. Oh my goodness gracious me! Bars people convicted of treason or insurrection or high crimes from high office. The Raw, you are on the air. Good evening.
I feel like I just stumbled out onto the highway with a blindfold on again.
Oh my God! What did I do to confuse you, Chuck?
No, it's not really you. It's my crappy
internet
hang time. That the last I heard, y'all were talking about getting their kids involved and sending them to war with the.
Okay, with the yeah.
How we hear shit wrong?
Why do you not hurt my child?
We were talking about selective service, and my nephew misunderstanding completely what I was talking about.
Oh, there's no misunderstanding me. Am I the only father in America that wants to see my kid go to selective service, even though my child is a female and she doesn't have to right now do that? But I think that the female should. I really do. I think that everybody, no matter what their disability, what their race, what their status is, if they're a undocumented foreign national or whatever the hell, you ought to.
You want to be in America? You need to sign up for selective service. Yeah, I understand what you mean, but Chuck, through your humor, you actually hit on a very serious point.
Mm-hmm.
You hit on a very serious point, and let me tell you, I don't know if it's the majority of families. I don't have statistics on this, but there are a lot of families out there that have broken homes, no fathers around, period.
That's right.
And therefore, their sons aren't learning this stuff. It's for goddamn sure the school isn't teaching them. You know, that's something that was taught to me in civics class in 7th grade.
I'm not a psychologist. I don't have a degree in psychology, but I have a degree with working with people as far as life experience is concerned, and I like to think that
you have an advanced degree from the School of Hard Knocks.
Okay, sure, yeah, and I can always tell. Oh, I can mostly tell most of the time. I can tell when I work with a male if they had a father in the house or not.
Yep,
I can tell just the way they act. Just the way they act, I can tell, and then usually I'm right when I get into their backstory, or when we're, getting into a point in our relationship or whatever, when we start to peel back the onion a little bit, you can always tell when, especially the males, have no father figure in their life, and it really does show. Now, I've never really exercised that superpower I have with females, but that kind of family dynamic is usually involved in the 3rd or 4th week that we're having sex. And then she said, "Oh yeah, I have daddy issues," and I go, "How can this benefit me?" That's usually what I'm thinking, because I'm
talk I love you, Daddy. Poor Chuck.
So
who's your daddy?
You are one of my favorite callers in the entire play. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I can.
That's why these people keep having me on. I'm just a fucking character.
You are, but the thing is, you say things. Okay, you make. You're like you're like the favorite high school teachers that I had. You make teachable moments. You make teachable moments.
I try
just by some of your asinine comments. I don't know whether you're doing it on purpose or you're just being a jackass. It doesn't matter. The thing is, you bring up some good points, and right now we're talking about, hey, where did your kids learn about selective service? Well, they learned it from you. Dad?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Your ass better sign up. And she's like, I can't because I'm a girl. Well, I don't care.
Actually, she can now. Because there's a spot for male or female on there.
Good.
There was a male or a female. So, yeah.
She's 13 years. My kid's 13 years old. I'm gonna drag her ass down the Marine Corps. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, drag her.
I'm not.
Well, hey, look, she's 13 years
My
old.
name is Staff Sergeant Terry. You will sign on the dotted line. Oh boy, I could just hear just.
Well, you know, before she does that, before you drag her to the Marine Corps, set her down, give her a box of 96 crayons, and if she finishes it in 5 minutes or less, she's Marine material. If she takes them out and actually colors something with it, put her in the Army.
What if she chews on it?
A crayon eater. I get it. I know. I wouldn't. You know, my dad warned me about the Marines. That's why.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you want to be like?" He's like, "Do you want to be like your idiot cousin?" And I go, "No."
Actually, I have a lot of respect for Marines. They go through a bunch of shit.
I do too. I just like to fuck with them though.
Oh, well,
just like
the thing is, the feeling is mutual, and if we meet up at a bar, we'll fight, and it's nice and it's fun. We all have a grand time. We leave usually in handcuffs at the short police or the MP's hands, and the next day we're back there drinking together at the bar.
The only time I ever got in a serious fight or watched a fight was an Army Air Force combined type of. See, in Kaiserslautern, the Army and Air Force, they work together.
Yeah, it
and
was
so
they
formed that
joint whatever the fuck it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so there was a group of Army and Air Force MPs, SPs that were hanging out, and then the SPs from Ramstein were talking to shit, and then it's like, oh, okay, we'll just go over that parking garage over there. We'll tell you what's really going on here. there was a fight between the 568th and the 569th, along with the 230th MPs, all fighting at his parking garage. And the other time, it was me. I got jumped by like 3 infantry dudes from Baumholder one night. And they were back from Iraq. Huh?
Who won?
Oh, I think I did, even though I got my shoulder dislocated, but I did some Chuck Norris shit on him too, and probably deserved it. Yeah, I had to go to the hospital. And then I got arrested, and then they pressed charges. And you know what the MP report said, who the victim was? Unknown. It was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Like, yeah, this guy assaulted somebody, and we're not sure who it is. But they'll come. I told them there was 3 guys. They're not going to come. Yeah, I kicked this guy's ass. I helped dislocate his shoulder. These MPs are not really. I don't know. It's lackluster, man. Some of them are complete morons. But God bless the United States Army. That's all I have to say. Henry, I wish I could talk with you, brother.
I'm here, Chuck, for you.
He wishes that as well.
Yes.
All right. Are you guys just about done?
Oh, we will be here in about another hour.
Oh, good. I'll be listening in. And
one more hour.
One more hour.
Good. All right. We'll see you all later.
All right, Chuck. Thanks for the call. Oh, man. 928-476-0331 is the number you want to join in the conversation. But no, he brought up a good point. You know, one of the things is, you know, a dad's responsibility is making sure that his kids turn into good adults, especially his sons.
Yes, and if it's a broken family and the man's not around, it's a mother's responsibility then.
Well, the thing is,
it's a parent's responsibility.
Are we actually going to, since the tradition in this country is women are not eligible for the draft, Do you honestly think that a mother is going to remember that? It's not important to her. Matter of fact, it's the furthest thing from her mind.
This is
When
true.
I reminded my sister, she said, "Oh shit, I forgot totally about that."
Yeah.
I'm a woman that means nothing to me. I
Right.
said, "Well, yeah, these are the things that we're preparing our children for adulthood. Part of being an adult is being able to stand up and defend your country, your family, your town, your everything."
Correct.
That's what it means to be an adult. So yeah, I don't blame my sister.
Yeah. Well, tell your nephew to just join the police department. They'll never draft him.
Yeah, they will.
There's no draft anyway.
Henry.
No, he'd be an MP. That's for sure.
Well, regardless, it doesn't matter. Like I said, there's no draft at the moment.
Correct.
But with the way things are going, you never know. You never know.
You don't. You don't.
Right now, right now, the French President Emmanuel Macron, or Macron, or whatever the hell his name is, has expressed concern over the expansion of BRICS group. That's that group that Chuck likes to talk about a lot.
BRICS.
Stating that in addition to new members to the bloc could lead to world fragmentation. The French president went on to warn that the expansion of BRICS could add a new chapter to the ongoing confrontation between China, the U.S. Okay, so he's looking into his crystal ball, and he's seeing more.
Mm-hmm.
He's seeing more. He's looking down there, and Chuck's absolutely 100% right when he talks about this. This is something I probably ought to talk about a hell of a lot more.
Chuck does a lot of research.
Chuck's a lunatic, and I love him.
Well, yeah, I know that, but he does a lot of research by calling in different radio stations in different states and getting different people's views and opinions.
Mm-hmm.
He listens to a lot of different people. This is our country. What he's doing is basically listening to people in this country and researching them.
Anyway,
I like that. What he does.
BRICS is essentially stands for this: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Okay, that's what the initials sound for. This is the union that they're creating. Brazil has been going more and more socialist.
Correct.
As we go on. We're not sure if Russia isn't, the leader of Russia isn't a Soviet. We don't know what the fuck India is, and South Africa is just a hot mess.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So with all these people, with all these nations together supporting each other, they make one hell of a economic bloc, as well as a political and military bloc.
Mm-hmm.
You've got two of the most populated countries on the planet. They sit right next to each other, India and China.
Mm-hmm. They're both huge with the amount of people in them.
Huge amount of people.
I think India's got 1.5 million.
More than 1.5 million.
I think that's about it, really.
Million?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. A billion.
LA outnumbers them. Yeah, well, exactly. But the thing is, there's a lot of
3 times what the United States has.
Yeah.
3 to 4 times.
And you're looking at South Africa, a bunch of people there too. Brazil,
mm-hmm.
China, Russia. And it is a threat, and you know, I kind of wish Chuck was online for this. But the thing is, you know, that's what BRICS stands for: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. And you can go to the BRICS information portal, which, you know, they present this as, you know, a peaceful front.
Mostly peaceful.
Mostly peaceful.
I don't know how to believe on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, during the recent BRICS summit in Johannesburg on August 22nd to the 24th, several new countries joined the bloc, including Saudi Arabia, Argentina, Egypt, the UAE, Ethiopia, and Iran. With addition to these members, the group now represents nearly 40% of the world's gross domestic product. The expansion of BRICS grouping poses a potential threat to the United States, primarily because of the support that Iran and other authoritarian countries are likely to receive as they integrate with Western nations in that group. That is, if you know, people, the religious nut jobs in Iran can be contained. So yes, this is a potential threat to the United States. This is a potential threat to NATO. This is a potential threat to a lot of things. You know, I watched. I know you're not on the service formerly known as Twitter.
No.
Even though I've encouraged you, you really need to, because Tucker Carlson is on Twitter exclusively now.
Right.
You liked his reports, right?
I did.
The only place you're going to find it is on Twitter. What's your problem? Sign up.
I'm okay without him too.
You wanted to see his interview today. He sat down and talked with the head of Hungary today, in a public forum, and he predicted the end of NATO.
Okay.
This is almost a quote, but not quite a quote. He said, "Look, we blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. How long is NATO going to stick together when we led a direct attack on Germany? A main member in NATO. How long is it going to be before our fucking around lets them find out?"
Fuck around and find out.
That's exactly it. Anyway, Henry, have we gone to a break? We haven't gone to a break, and we're late for a break again.
We need one.
You know, I need one too. Anyway, it is the Raw. We'll be back after these very short messages. Stay tuned.
Time Call Taxi is here for all your transportation needs, whether it's a ride to work, the store, or anywhere. Time Call Taxi is here for you. Call 928-763-1010, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Going out to paint the town red? Call Time Call Taxi and get to and from your fun in a timely and safe manner. Call Time Call Taxi, 763-1010. That's 763-1010.
Learn how to defend yourself and your loved one. Kingman Force on Force. Krav Maga. Empty hands. Edge weapons. Firearms training. Train like law enforcement with our virtual range simulator. AZCCW classes, free gun safety classes. Our instructors are AZDPS licensed, NRA certified, and former Combat Special Forces. 3001 Stockton Hill Road, Kingman, Arizona. www.kingmanforsumforce.com.
I'm Rob Hansen.
And I'm Henry Longbreak, along with Tundra.
And KTOX 1340 AM, we are pleased to support the Mojave County Sheriff's Canine Foundation.
The Mojave County Canine Foundation teams with the Mojave County Sheriff Department to keep our county safer. It increases deputy safety, and the dogs are highly visible deterrents against robberies, burglaries, and drug dealing.
Canines can save time clearing buildings. It takes less than the quarter of the time that it would take a deputy on his own.
Canines can track juvenile runaways, missing elderly persons, fleeing suspects, and provide comfort to traumatized victims.
For more information about the Mojave County Sheriff's Canine Foundation, or you'd like to make a tax-deductible donation or host a fundraising event that includes a canine demonstration, call John Sancelli at 651-270-0920 or go online at www.mcsk9f.com.
The Mojave County Sheriff Canine Foundation is a 501c3 nonprofit organization.
Okay, this is the target house.
Yeah, but Jimmy, what about this here sticker?
What sticker?
Right here on the door. These premises protected by Southwest Alarm Service. 763-4331 and 753-2333.
That's just a sticker. One of these companies is going all over town giving these things out to everybody. Forget about it. If you're ever going to be any good in the burglar business, you're going to have to learn these things. Now, we're inside. You get the stuff down here, and I'll get the stuff upstairs. You know, cash, jewelry.
Jimmy, what time is it?
It's about 1 a.m. Why?
Because it looks like the sun came up outside.
You in the house. You're completely surrounded. Come out with your hands in the air.
Just a sticker, huh, Jimmy?
Southwest Alarm Service, 753-2333 or 763-4331. Because real security is more than a yard sign or a sticker. Call Southwest Alarm Service today.
Southwest Alarm has the only 24-hour locally monitored central station.
The opinions voiced on The Raw are those of the hosts and the callers and not necessarily represent the views and opinions of KTOX and Ruben Broadcasting, or its advertisers. The opinions should be considered as the ramblings of raving lunatics.
You're listening to The Raw with Henry and Miss Raw, brought to you by Pirate Web Radio Productions, Ruben Broadcasting, along with KTOX 1340 AM and 92.9 FM, the Tri-State's undisputed talk leader.
We the people, and all we do, reserve the right to scream, fuck you! Wear your mask, take your pills, now a whole generation's mentally ill. Man, fuck about you. But COVID's near, it's coming to town. We gotta act quick, shut our borders down. Joe Biden does, the media embraces. Big Doc does it and they call him racist. We the people. Let's go, Brandon. We the people. Let's go,
And welcome back. It is The Raw. I'm your host, Moses Miss Dan Hansen. Of course, we have Henry Longbreak right over there, who is guarding the sacred phone number 928-476-0331. Welcome back to the program. Want to encourage everybody to check out theraw.locals.com, theraw.locals.com. And here is a reason why you should be with theraw.locals.com. I intend on videotaping a bunch of my vacation in a couple of weeks, and those videos are going to be posted exclusively to my the Locals channel. Okay, they're going to be there. Now, all you have to do is follow it, sign up, follow it. You don't have to pay for it. You'll be able to watch the stuff. Okay, and you know, see my travels as I go cruising on down the road. Matter of fact, by the way, Henry, my CB came in.
That's what you're saying. Yeah.
I installed it.
You put it in. It's in, ready to go.
It's ready to go, and it works. Believe it or not.
Breaker.
Yeah, it works.
Do they still go on channel 19 and 21?
19, yeah, 19, yeah.
And what's the emergency channel? I forget what that was.
You are old, man. Channel 9.
Channel 9, okay. Yeah, I forget.
Channel 9. Yeah. That's the emergency channel. That's
And
where
19 and 21, I remember those are the ones we always used.
Well,
that's
you know,
still the same, right?
Yeah, or several other channels if you're traveling together in a group and you don't want.
Oh yeah. You want to have not interrupted, yeah.
But so I have that in. But anyway, go check out theraw.locals.com so you'll be able to follow my trip to Nashville and back. I plan on a bunch of really interesting stops, by the way.
Nice.
It's going to take me a little while to get to Nashville. And I plan on doing some interesting things in Nashville as well. So you'll be able to be kept up to date and be able to, feel like you've gone on vacation with me. You might need a vacation from your vacation that you're going to take away from you.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could let you try some of my cooking, says Chuck. That's scary.
You're going to stop by and see Chuck.
Is Johnny going to call tonight? I don't know. I wish he would.
Johnny!
Joe the plumber worked himself to death. Don't be like the plumber. Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Anyway. Oh my gosh. 928-476-0331. Yeah, check out theraw.locals.com. Very, very easy. Just sign up for it and you'll get notified of when we go live. Last week, for instance, we went live on the Raw 3 times last week.
Yes, we did.
Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday because interesting shit happens.
It did.
And when it happens, I tend to go live. Let's go. Let's get it on.
And we had listeners.
And exactly. So the
we want you to listen too. We don't want anybody to miss it.
No. And the thing is, that is because of the way YouTube works, the way that everybody else works is kind of hinky.
Yeah.
Right. Unless you're with Twitter and you follow me specifically, ask for notifications, there's a good chance that you won't get the notification that we're live. Facebook certainly isn't promoting it anymore because I've had some Facebook issues.
Right.
And YouTube, Rumble will send out a letter in about a day, but Locals sends out that email right now. So you'll get an email notification when we're going live right now. So there you go.
Okay.
And so
it takes a day. It takes a day on Rumble, huh?
Sometimes it does. It does. They've been working on trying to get it better, but it's.
Yeah, because sometimes we need to go on live right away.
It is what it is. So theraw.locals.com. Be notified when we're on the air. If you want to be able to do everything that I can do, well, almost everything I can do, use promo code The Raw. All caps, one word, The Raw, boom, and to get a free month of it. Try it out. See if you like it. If you like it, great. Stay with it. It's $50 a year, $5 a month after that.
And if so be it, we'll put you in one of these little squares with us.
That has nothing to do with it. That is complete non sequitur.
That $100,000 word again.
Yep, exactly.
It's non secular.
That too. But seriously, that's a whole separate conversation.
Okay, don't be a bitch. Why are you such a bitch?
The thing is, Henry, this is going to sound mean, but it's not mean. It's meant with love. If you pay attention and use the services that we have available yourself, you'd understand completely.
I'll understand when I get older.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Yeah, that's actually.
I'm no fool, no siree. I'm going to live to be 103.
Yeah, not according to your disability sticker. No.
Hey, if I keep getting that extension out of it, I will.
Yeah, well, you got to be around to get that extension. Anyway,
Not necessarily. It's automatic.
Is it?
Here, go ahead. I was right there pointing at it when you said the number. You got to 928. That's as far as you got.
But the thing is it automatic for you? That's
Yes,
what I was
it is.
asking. Okay.
It is, yeah.
928-476-0331 is the number. Yeah, still was putting in hell. Because the way they have it printed, disabled person expires.
I know, exactly. And it says it just like that, too. Disabled person expires. There's no comma or nothing like that, or in a different line, it's disabled person expires.
Punctuation counts.
Yeah.
Punctuation counts. So
yeah,
whatever.
You go up and you go up to somebody you see with one of those California disability placards. I'm so sorry. My condolence goes out to you.
Yeah.
In June 30th of 2020.
So, you ready for some humorous news?
Absolutely,
in the fuck around, in the fuck around or find out category.
As long as it's humorous, I'm happy.
Yeah. Anyway,
if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Oh.
As the Chicago TV crew covering a spike in robberies was reporting, it took an ironic twist Monday. That was yesterday. When they were robbed at gunpoint while filming.
Oh. Yeah.
A reporter and photographer were about to film a live shot before 5 a.m. at the Wicker Park neighborhood when a black SUV and a gray sedan pulled up. The Chicago Police Department said in a statement to the Washington Post, 3 male suspects left the vehicles wearing ski masks and displaying firearms. Now, you're not just displaying it. At that point, you're brandishing it. I wish they would learn their English, but that's all right. Neither here nor there. At the TV crew, the men demanded money from the crew before stealing the camera used to film the story on the robberies, as well as 2 bags of equipment and the photographer's backpack. Raza, whatever the fuck his name is, president of the National Association of Broadcast Employees and Technicians, Local 41, which represents TV photographers in California, said to the Chicago Sun-Times, the offenders then took the victims' belongings before returning to their vehicles and fleeing.
Film at 11.
Yeah, Phil. No, because they ran off.
That's right. That's right.
While police did not confirm the employment of the victims, Spanish language TV Univision Chicago told local media that 2 of its employees, a 28-year-old man and a 42-year-old man, were not named, were held at gunpoint. So it was Univision. They were approached with guns and robbed. Luis Gonzalez, vice president of news at Univision Chicago, told the Chicago Tribune, and did not immediately respond to a request for comment on Tuesday morning. No injuries were reported at the scene. No suspects were in custody as of Tuesday morning, and the detectives are still doing their useless best in investigating the incident.
I love that way you said that. Useless best.
Well, here's the thing, Henry. All right, this is the fuck around and find out portion of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. People in Chicago and Illinois have been fucking around and electing Democrats.
That's right.
Pretty much exclusively to their city.
And they got one of the toughest gun laws there.
Now they're finding out about the fruitfulness of those decisions by high crime.
That's right. And
murders. And
they're not even getting it though. That's a sad thing. They're not even getting them. The people hopefully are.
They stole the TV cameras. How are people going to... Come on.
Now, this happened during the mostly peaceful protest, too, if you remember.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Journalists got beaten up, attacked, and killed, and robbed, and whatnot and so forth during the mostly peaceful protests.
Summer of love.
This isn't new. But actually, this is the second time a news crew has been robbed.
In Chicago?
In Chicago, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This month.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised that's all.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Because it's a lawless. Chicago's a lawless city.
For the most part, yes, it is.
Yeah.
For the most part, yes, it is. Now, I'm sure if you are in the richer part of towns, the more affluent part of towns, you're fine.
We had the mayor, Lori Lightfoot, and then they got a mayor that's worse than her.
Yeah, I know.
It's like
they went from the frying pan directly into
the
depths
fire.
Of hell.
Yeah, and they didn't have much of a choice because both of the people sucked.
No, they sure didn't.
Yeah,
It
was terrible. It's terrible.
Yeah,
it's so sad nobody's getting it.
I know, but let's go to the phones. The Raw, you are on the air. Good evening.
Hello.
How you doing?
One of these nights, I'm going to call you guys from jail. I swear to God. Be like, I'm in Portland right now, and I just got so fucking drunk.
Don't call collect.
Don't fund me account so I can continue to drink and be an asshole.
Sunday night, Tri-State Recovery Talk, 6 to 7.
What the hell was I going to talk about for seriously?
I don't know, but
for real.
What we were talking about right now was a Univision news crew was robbed at gunpoint in Chicago while filming an episode about the spike in armed robberies.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I was in Chicago, I saw a drive-by shooting on Fullerton Avenue.
Oh, there you go.
The first night we drove, it was me, Dave, Ybarra, Rob. My roommate.
Joe Biden.
Roommate. It was me and about 5 or 6 other guys that went from Fort Leonard Wood and drove up to Chicago and stayed at. His name's Benjamin Rodriguez, and actually Benjamin is a Chicago cop right now. That's the funny thing about this story.
So he's on the
we
enemy
were
side.
over at his parents' house. This like in 2000. Oh no, it was in the summer of '99, and we went up there and we're hanging out and everything like that, and we saw a drive-by shooting it, and I couldn't believe my eyes, and I pointed, and they called him Benji. That's the guy that's a Chicago cop from Chicago. He goes, "Don't point your fingers." He got really fucking yeah.
He must.
And I was in his car. Yeah, he lives not too far away from where that shit was going down.
No, wow.
But
that's wild.
I love saying shit and fucking piss and fucking whores and all sorts of nasty words on the show. That's fucking awesome.
Welcome to the
yeah.
Isn't it nice?
Fuck. What is it about What is it about this goddamn show that makes me want to go shoot my guns right now at fucking midnight?
Because
Let's do it. Come on.
You look up at Tyrone and you have gun envy.
Tyrone, who the hell is that?
That's my AR-15 up there above my head. That's Tyrone.
Oh, yeah. That's a mighty handsome name for your weapon there.
It is. I like it. Tyrone's my friend, my pal. If I stroke Tyrone, if I stroke Tyrone just right and feed him just the right things, I can make him pop.
It looks like something that Tyrone could probably handle an M249 attachment. I don't know, but it looks like he could handle that.
A what attachment?
M249.
I'm sorry, not an M249, and what do they call that?
M203?
M203.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah.
I wish. Oh, God, do I wish. I so want an M203.
Looks like it can handle it.
Right now, there's a bike on there, but I do have a fishing rod attachment.
Now that's a good idea. You need to shoot that shit clear out.
I can attach my fishing pole to Tyrone there, and we can go fishing.
Mm-hmm. And so when you catch the the big one, that son of a bitch can drag your weapon clear out into the water so you can go get it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. Let's say, for instance, that I came up to Washington. I was going to go salmon fishing. Okay. And so I
you'd want to have that son of a bitch tethered on the tree or something.
Well, so I go out there. I cast for my fish. What if a fucking polar bear comes up and tries to take my salmon away from me? I'm going to shoot the fucker.
A polar bear, you're probably going to have to go a few
right
1,000 meters north, several thousand.
Try a black bear.
We don't have. But a black bear is like a golden retriever.
That was just the
and
to go with the fishing.
You know, but
AR-15.
Well, no, I thought you were being serious. I was like, what the fuck? Yeah. No, I can seriously see this shit being sold on like Gun Talk or something like that. I mean, yeah, I bet you could pull. You need this. This attachment will. You got a bayonet attachment with a flashlight, a laser sight, and your fishing pole holder all in one. Don't get caught short.
Exactly.
When the shit goes down.
But no, seriously,
right.
I bought all the parts to be able to attach a fishing pole to it. I have this planned out for a video. I do.
So you can fucking shoot a. The only thing that I could think of, you like shooting a halibut. Now that would be, or shooting something that would be like, Miss Rock, shoot that fucker now! like some kind of a squid or a Bigfoot maybe.
Yeah, I don't think
I don't know.
Put a deep sea fishing rig on that. No, what I did.
You can only catch in the ocean.
What I did at the beginning of the summer, they of course they had their cheap collapsible fishing poles at Walmart. For people that are coming in town. Oh, I want to do some fishing. Oh, there's a fishing pole right there. And then I purchased some things to attach that. So yes, I have a telescoping fishing pole that I can attach to my rifle. So,
well, are you going to make it up to Washington on your trip across America, your American vacation there?
No,
are you going to make it up here?
I'm not going quite that far out of my way.
All right.
Oh, Megan, my daughter, is pissed off at me. Now, do you know who Jeffree Star is?
No, I'm sorry. I don't.
Jeffree Star is a guy who's a cross-dresser, has this beautiful line of makeup.
Okay.
I mean, I'm totally jealous of him all the way. But neither here nor there. She wants to go to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, to go see Jeffree Star, who, by the way, escaped from L.A. and moved to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, for obvious reasons.
Okay, well, then what you need to do is talk to Megan and say, look, we're going to go to Jackson Hole.
But we're going to see Chuck,
I can
too.
show you Mel's Hole in Ellensburg, Washington. And then, have you heard of Mel's Hole?
I believe you've talked about it.
Yeah, that's an Art Bell fucking throwback from back in the day. I've never found that son of a bitch, but they sure as hell sell a lot of bumper stickers.
Somewhere in time.
It's like some fucking assholes land out there with cows around it. They got some barbed wire.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Mel's Hole out there somewhere. Okay, let's move on. All right, thank you.
All right, Chuck. Well, thanks for the call, man. Do appreciate it. You have a good one. 855 or I'm
855-928
928-476-0331. And Johnny messaged. This is Johnny here.
Yeah.
Maybe Sunday. I can't talk to Henry on Tuesdays.
Oh, Johnny, how sweet.
I'm sorry. He doesn't want to talk to me anymore. I don't know why. I feel so
He's trying to convert me.
Used. Well, I already figured out you're trans, man.
Translate.
Yeah. So, so one thing leads to another. Anyway, so, finishing up, I honestly feel bad for that news crew. They do not deserve to be robbed.
No,
Absolutely
But
not.
but it really does highlight beautifully and tells a completely new narrative of the out of control crime in the United States now, especially in liberal run cities.
Absolutely.
Do that here in Bullhead City, you're going to get shot.
You're going to be shot not necessarily by the person you rob, but by somebody else watching it.
Very possible. Very possible.
That's totally legal too.
Now, ready for some more humor?
Of course.
Of course. Burger King is now facing a lawsuit claiming its Whoppers are way too small. Isn't that nice?
I had a girlfriend like that once, and I couldn't believe she's accusing me of that.
Well, we talked about your Whopper.
I told her it was a Whopper.
We talked about your Whopper earlier in the show, and since you refused to share or even show me on camera,
shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that is not your Whopper.
Oh, well, that's right. It's a phone case.
Hey.
I'm sorry, not a phone case. A glass case for my glasses. For my cool ones.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I'm going to wear those. Those are supposed to be my cool glasses for on the air.
Yeah, your cool glasses while you are on the air, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Jim Bob glasses.
Bob glasses.
These are actually nice. They're not scratched.
Anyway, according to the lawsuit, a U.S. judge has rejected Burger King's bid to dismiss a lawsuit claiming that it cheated hungry customers by making a Whopper sandwich appear larger than it actually is. Well, here's my contention. Here's my contention. Fast food portions are getting smaller.
Oh, hell yeah, they are. We were talking about that today with Jumbo Jacks, especially too.
Yes, absolutely, and they aren't as the Whopper isn't as big as it used to be.
Oh no, it's not. No.
Anyway, U.S. District Judge Roy Altman in Miami said Burger King must defend its claim against the description of Whoppers and its in-store menu boards, misleading reasonable customers. The amount to amounting to a breach of contract. Customers in the proposed class action accused Burger King of portraying burgers with ingredients that overflow the buns. It's a simple web search will reveal, Burger King menu. Burger King menu. There we go. Spicy nuggets. I don't want spicy nuggets. But, menu. Here we go. Come on. There we go. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Just. It's not letting me get to its menu without entering my address, motherfuckers. Anyway.
What's an address, motherfuckers?
Whatever. But anyway, the thing is, they're being accused of making of the picture being more than it actually is. They want me to input my address in this before they'll let me look at anything. So no, I'm not going to give Burger King the satisfaction of doing that. Anyway, there we go. Burger King coupons, Yeah, it doesn't give pictures. Okay, well, we'll never mind then. But
What's the weight of the meat in the Burger King Whopper?
I haven't the foggiest idea. Anyway, appeared to be 35% larger, containing more than double the meat that the chain actually serves. Burger King, a unit of Restaurant Brands International, countered that it wasn't required to deliver burgers that looked exactly like the picture. But the judge said it was up to jurors to tell us what reasonable people think.
Okay.
In his decision made public on Friday, Altman also let customers peruse negligent-based and unjust enrichment claims. He dismissed claims based on TV and online ads, finding none in which Burger King promised a bun size or patty weight and failed to deliver.
Okay.
The plaintiffs, Burger King said in a statement on Tuesday, the plaintiffs' claims are false. The flame-grilled beef patties portioned in our advertisement are the same patties used in millions of Whopper sandwiches we serve to guests nationwide. Is it really, though? Seriously, is it really?
It's for the jury to figure out, right?
Well, at this point, sure. You know, it reminds me of the old Wendy's commercial.
It's a big bun. It's a very big bun. Big fluffy bun. It's a very big fluffy bun. Where's the beef?
Some hamburger places give you a lot less beef on a lot of bun.
Where's the beef?
At Wendy's, we serve a hamburger we modestly call a single. And Wendy's single has more beef than the Whopper or Big Mac. At Wendy's, you get more beef and less bun.
Hey, where's the beef? I don't think there's anybody back there.
You want something better. You're Wendy's kind of people.
Where's the beef?
Where's the beef? Yeah, it was, the classic commercial.
Totally classic commercial.
Totally classic. Anyway, Taco Bell unit of Yum Brands was sued last month in a Brooklyn court for selling crunch wraps and Mexican pizzas that allegedly contain only half as much filling as advertised. Each lawsuit seeks at least $5 million in damages. So, fuck around and find out. Rip us off, and well, we're gonna sue your ass. And it really doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that we've been getting ripped off at fast food places.
Well, we have.
Look at McDonald's. Look at McDonald's anymore. I mean, $15, $16, $20 for a number one. That's a Big Mac, Coke, and fries.
I know.
And those are the small fries, not the large fries.
Yes. And the Big Macs have small patties.
And the Big Macs aren't shit. Let's see what Johnny has to say. Anyway, he says you should look on Grindr. I've been complaining. I've been complaining that Grindr are too small for years.
Johnny.
Johnny goes on to say, Burger King, they lie like the men do. Quarter pounder my ass.
Johnny.
There you go. Anyway, so it's all fucking ridiculous. It really is. It's all fucking ridiculous. I don't know if anything's going to mount these lawsuits, but the thing of it, the thing of it is, we have seen the portion sizes get smaller now. A lot of them have said, "Oh yes, we're actually reducing the portion size and raising the cost of it, but we want you to be more healthy because you fat fucking slob, you're overweight."
Like a gallon of ice cream. Remember, there used to be a gallon containers.
They're still gallon containers.
Oh no! Look at it. It's not a gallon no more. Or half gallon. I'm sorry. It's not.
Look, I already own your house.
Okay.
What else do you want to lose?
Okay, I'll bet you the next door neighbor's house.
You actually have to own that. Anyway, John goes, when did you ever get promised a foot-long hot dog and actually received one? Yeah. There you go. The Riverside used to serve footlongs. As a matter of fact, they were actually slightly bigger than footlong. They were about 13 inches or so, 13, 14 inches. They were pretty damn big. Pretty damn big. I could not eat one all by myself. So I split it up between my kids, and it turned out to be, 3 regular size hot dogs.
There you go.
for the same price. But, it was dirt cheap for there. But, yeah, fast food has been, fucking us over for years. Burger King used to sell a bucket of fries. Do you know that?
You remember that? Yeah.
Yeah, they would sell a bucket of fries. And it was. I remember going when I worked at someplace. I go across the street, and my lunch would be a bucket of fries. Yeah. It was like $6. We already had ketchup there. We just buy that and go back and feast on a bucket worth of fries for the rest of the afternoon. It would be just fine. But they don't do that anymore because of health consciousness, environmental reasons. Yeah. Well, they're fucking potatoes. However, potatoes have eyes.
Yeah, they had the big deal about the McDonald's when they supersized it.
Mm-hmm.
Big people were complaining. They made a big deal about it.
Well, in New York, they actually made laws that limited the size of soft drinks.
Yeah.
That did nothing but hurt local business. Going and get a 42-ounce Super Gulp or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and whatnot. And well, here's another thing. I read a story the other day. I wish I had it pulled up. That they are right now advising that people do not use paper straws.
I know because it contains so much chemicals and stuff in there that they're
because of toxins in the straw to keep the paper from dissolving when you suck it up.
That's right, and that's what California requires now. No more plastic straws in California. Got to have the paper straws. Well,
exactly. And it's
our wonderful California lawmakers.
Here we go. We're out of the fire and in the depths of hell once again.
Oh, absolutely.
In all for trying to save the planet.
Yeah.
All for trying to save ourselves from ourselves.
Well, just like our batteries in our electric cars. What's happening? I was just watching a thing on TV tonight about it. They had a Tesla that caught fire, and they put the fire out, put the car on the tow truck. The tow truck driver started driving away, and the car ignited again.
Yeah.
So it's like, how is that
now they have a 2-vehicle fire.
Yeah, exactly. And how is that really saving our planet?
It's not, Henry. It's not.
It absolutely is not.
It is not. And I
it's money. It's money. Someone's putting money in their pocket.
My beef is vegan. I eat beef, so that beef is vegan food.
Yeah, because the cow doesn't eat meat.
Grass. No, it doesn't eat meat at all. Eat meat at all. It's not an omnivore.
Yeah, my cow eats your food.
Grasses and grains. What's that?
My cow eats your food, you vegans.
Exactly. But the chemical list
must be Johnny is in the end of the show.
To make some of the vegan hamburgers.
Mm-hmm.
I had simpler chemical processes in high school.
Yep.
You're on the air.
Yeah, I left off from you guys when you were talking about those fucking straws.
Okay. Yes. Well, we're still pretty much on the subject, but go ahead.
That fucking pisses me off because every once in a while I like to go to the Burger King in Astoria, Oregon there.
Uh-huh.
Right by the bridge and get a number 2, which is, I think it's a
Is that
a
the
Whopper with
Junior?
cheese with
That's going poop.
no
So
Whopper
number
with
2.
cheese. It's a regular Billy Bob. Juniors are for Junior, but I don't know. I
What
get
about the
the
straw?
Whopper with the cheese, and then I get also the fucking straw. And I'm
Oh, there you
thinking, okay, so this is a community, Astoria, Oregon. It's kind of a weird place because you got the left and the right predominantly expressing their views in city government.
Right.
And they're the ones that pressed for banning all these straws because of, I mean, they're right by the fucking Columbia River and the Pacific Ocean and everything else. It's like right there, boom. It's like, so all that, you know, theoretically, if you got some fucking asshole who doesn't know where the trash can is and just throws their shit outside the fucking window, eventually that straw is going to end up into the Columbia River, which is going to dump right into the fucking ocean, which is going to hurt the little sea lions and the turtles and all of
Because they
that.
haven't figured out how
So,
to properly use straws, and they end up choking on them. Sure.
well, because you're right. The sea lion should learn how to use a fucking straw, and that's why I want to shoot him in the
You're
face.
supposed to snort
Okay,
snort with the straw.
Yeah, I don't care if they eat all the salmon, but if they got a straw sticking out of their fucking paw,
yeah,
that's what really makes me mad.
Yeah.
It really makes me angry about that.
However, now
But-
now the paper straws are poisonous.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So are you guys seeing that shit down in? I mean, you live in a river.
No, because we're not stupid enough to have paper straws
Just
here.
imagine what kind of special regulations you have around.
We are starting to get a lot of companies like Starbucks and Human Bean and
They're
some
making
other,
the paper
the
straws.
other companies that are now issuing the paper straws as opposed to the plastic ones.
I wouldn't even use a fucking straw. Just like, look, that's a luxury. That's
Be a
I
man,
know that's
guzzle
gonna-
it like a. Don't be a sissy with a sissy stick.
Yeah.
Guzzle it down.
If you need to use a straw, put your fingers down there and make one with your hands. Make one with your dick beater.
That's a whopper for you.
Well, you know, you use
Fucking idiots. What's your problem?
Well, you use a straw because you don't want to fuck up your makeup. You know.
No, the only people that I really know that really does the straw thing are female characteristic type people that I've run into, and they're worried about what using a straw will not. They're worried about using a straw versus sipping.
They're practicing.
Okay, for somehow using a straw is going to save.
He says using a straw is practicing.
For the females.
How big is that straw?
Exactly. That's what
What's going on? What
it's a
kind of
whopper.
cooking is going on there?
Well, you know.
And you know, they bring in pumpkin spice and all sorts of flavors.
Right. Right.
What the hell is up with that, by the way? Have you all had to worry
this
about
time of the year?
people going, "Hey, it's pumpkin spice season"?
Every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
Oh, that's there too. I think it's a North American Canadian thing.
I think so.
Because I look at that's okay. Thank you very much for taking my call.
Thanks,
We'll
Jack.
see y'all soon.
All right, we'll see you next Saturday or Sunday. Bye-bye. 928-476-0331 is the number you've been joining the conversation. Poor Chuck. But yeah, those straws suck, man. They really do.
Yeah.
And no, they don't hold up to a large drink.
No. And if you want to refill, forget it. It's dissolved.
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, what they're
And
trying
you're
to
taking the chemical into you.
what they're trying to get you to do is go buy a steel straw, a metal straw.
Yeah, people are buying the aluminum ones, which are really bad for you.
No, not really.
Yes, they are.
Why is aluminum bad for you?
The aluminum has chemical in it that comes off into you.
Okay, so it's coated with something that comes off.
It's actually the aluminum itself.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up. Now the stainless steel ones are the best.
Yeah, but the thing is, if you don't keep those clean,
It's worse than not. Yeah.
You're going to get very sick.
Yes.
That's the problem. See, that was the idea behind disposable straws. Okay.
Yes.
You could use it once, you throw it away.
That's right.
And then if you need another drink and another straw, you do that or whatever.
Very simple.
Very, very simple. Very simple. But like I said, if you're not cleaning those permanent straws out, you're gonna get very, very sick.
Yes, it's really bad. And the thing with the straws, I don't understand that because mine decompose real quick.
Yeah.
If I have one outside or in my car for maybe a week or something like that, I can pick it up and it's falling apart.
Oh, your plastic one?
Yeah.
Because of the heat? Yeah. Well, the thing is, there is viable, biodegradable plastic options that a lot of companies have gone to.
Yeah.
Now, Johnny says it's almost the end of the show, and Henry still hasn't whipped it out like he promised. Oh my goodness gracious me, Johnny, you're killing me here.
Johnny!
928-476-0331, 928-476-0331. It is the Raw. I want to remind everybody to get on the raw.locals.com. I'm getting ready to head out on vacation to Nashville, and I plan on doing a lot of filming along the way.
Mm-hmm.
That is my goal. And you know, just a heads up, my first stop is going to be Winslow, Arizona.
What a fun.
I'm going to go to Standing on a Corner Park in Winslow, Arizona.
Yeah.
And you know, take
what a fine sight to see.
Exactly. I will be a fine sight to see. Unfortunately, I will not be in a flatbed Ford. I will be in a Hyundai Santa Fe.
Slowing down to take a look at me.
Slowing down to take a look at the corner. But no, plan on going there and then stopping in interesting places along the way as well. So it could be a very interesting trip. Of course, this is all depending on time. I have to be in Nashville by 4 p.m. on the 15th because that's when my hotel reservation starts.
And what day are you living on? What day?
I'm leaving here the 12th.
Oh, so you got 3 days to be there.
Well,
that's how many miles is that?
1,700.
Yeah, that's a lot of miles. So you're gonna drive 500 a day.
Yeah, roughly about 500, 5 to 6 to 700 a day. Depends on how tired I am. My first planned stop for the night will be Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
Where me and my daughter will be dining at Sadie's restaurant in New Mexico. And if you haven't been to a Sadie's restaurant in New Mexico or in Albuquerque,
go.
You are missing out. Definitely missing out on that. Was that your phone or my phone?
That was mine.
Okay, I'm just wondering. But yeah, you're missing out. Good portion food, very tasty. That is the only meal where I felt bad that I was full and could not finish it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's that.
So what you'll have is you'll have a meal and then you'll have breakfast in the morning.
Leftovers for the morning. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so looking forward to that. Of course, there's lots of other things to see as we go along. Maybe we'll stop in Amarillo. Who knows?
Nice.
Who knows? We're going to be tooling along. You know, just trying to see things and make this a nice vacation for us and everybody else. So get on the Raw. Make sure you're signed up with that so you can watch all those videos as I post them. Maybe doing some live directly to locals as well. So there, you won't see it on Rumble, you won't see it on Facebook, you won't see it on Twitter, you won't see it on anything else but locals. So get on locals, theraw.locals.com, theraw.locals.com. Just sign up for it, use the free portion of it, and then Let it go. And then you just enjoy. Now you're going to have to remember your username and password so you know what we're talking about. So you know what I'm talking about, right? I'm not going to be posting pictures of other social media. It's all going to be on theraw.locals.com.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. So if you want to follow along, make sure you're there. Anyway, Henry,
we're at the end of the show.
One hell of a night. Yes, we have. We are at the end of the show. Let's see what
we got. 11 seconds left. 10 seconds
we'll
left.
We'll give Johnny the last word. You have to go for breakfast at the Loveless Cafe in Nashville. It's right at the foot of Natchez Trace, and then what?
And then we'll talk to you Saturday, Johnny.
And we'll definitely talk to you Saturday or Sunday. It is the Raw. I'm your hostess, Misty Ann Hansen. Of course, Henry Tender over there on the right, and we will see you the next time.
Yeah.
And theraw.locals.com. Get on there because you never know when we're going live. Go out there and make the world a better place. Good night.
Just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen.
Avast, ye scallywags, is another pirate production.